Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to MLM Keys Radio. I'm your host, Mark Wakama. Let's get it. Yo, what's the deal, everybody? What's the deal? You're blessed and highly favored. Hope you've had a great day so far, man. What time is it? It is 7:30, March 8th. Currently, it's a Monday, man. You know what's crazy is like when I was younger, when I was younger, when I was I stopped playing basketball and I got into the real world. I used to hate Mondays, bro. I used to hate it. I thought Mondays were like just the worst, and that's because you're doing something that you don't want to do, right? Like you always dread the fact that you got to go back to something that you don't want to do. You feel me? So, but it's crazy, and it's a beautiful thing now because I look forward to Mondays so much. Not even because I'm in the position I want to be in, financially, career wise, or something like that, but just like the the thought of being able to get back to work. You feel me? Like the thought of being able to like push forward when it comes to what I want out of life. So now like I come at it with such a different mindset now. It's dope. You feel me? And I feel like if you're here on this podcast, you feel the same or you're getting to that point. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. But understand that Mondays are a beautiful thing, man, for real. Especially when you start getting into something that you really want to do, or when what you're doing is becoming fun again, right? Which a lot of people aren't able to experience in this game, unfortunately, just because of how we've been taught to have success in MLM. It's just something that I believe is something that, yes, can work, yeah, but that percentage is small. And these old school techniques, bro, these old school techniques and tactics and methods, whatever you want to call them, are just not it for me. They're just not it. It's a lot of pain and frustration in that. Anyways, so quick update, guys. Uh, I've been asking around, and I finally have a good framework for my paid prospecting product. I'm really excited about it, and I almost got all the offers down, or I almost got all the bonuses down for the offer itself. So, you know, I'll talk about this I think in a future episode, but just um, the 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 power when it comes to actually differentiating yourself from everybody else in your MLM by the offer you can create out of your MLM, right? And I don't think a lot of people know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. But just know this: when you structure your MLM in a way that is now you're offering more than just the opportunity itself, but you're actually offering tools, right, to anybody who joins, you'll stand out. You'll stand out. So with that, I'm getting, and that's with any product really. It doesn't matter like MLM or just in business. When you can structure your product, your main thing around different tools and bonuses, bro, you will be so much more different. And that's the key thing when it comes to MLM, because we can all really be clones. I know I was one. We can be clones, right? So, but anyways, with that said, man, you know, I look back at my career, it's March Madness, and I'm really excited. Shout out to the boys over in Hartford, back-to-back finals appearances. You feel me? Heading back to the championship last year. People said it was a fluke because we were going to the championship against, I think it was Vermont at the time. But COVID happened, right? And the whole season was canceled. And, heartbreaking for all the seniors, bro. Heartbreaking, right? Still breaks my heart. But so people thought it was a fluke because Hartford is one of the, I'm not proud to say this, even when I was playing, we're one of the only schools in the country that's not won or that's not gone to the NCAA tournament. And that changes now though. And back-to-back finals appearances. We're playing UMass Lowell on Saturday, so I will be taking a trip from Boston to Hartford for show. Of course, I'll do all my COVID tests and stuff like that, but bruh, I'm not missing that for the world. Even though I can't be in the building probably, I'll be in the vicinity of Hartford, right? So shout out to the boys. But, with March Madness, with watching these games, I look back at my career a lot. A lot of, I guess I'm an old head now. A lot of old heads do this, right? But when I was playing, I never thought of what my life would be like after basketball, which kind of was a big hindrance in my growth, in my process to becoming a man and becoming an entrepreneur, and just knowing what I wanted to do with my life. But I look back at my life a lot, or at my career a lot, right, while being in business, because sports, there's a lot of like just lessons in sports that translate to business, y'all. So much. If you have children, or yeah, like if you have children, involve them in some type of team activity to where it's more than themselves. Like they're playing for more than themselves. I kid you not. Most of my life skills have came from the court, have came from like being involved involved. My voice is cracked. What's going on? Being involved in sports, being involved in some type of team activity, it matters, because in business, you cannot make it on your own. You need people, right? I'll take a sip of my tea real quick. You need people. Like there's no other, like you need people, bro. So um, I look back at my career and I look at business, and when it comes to business, when I was doing and asking the market what they were struggling with, you know, and I think in a past episode I said recruiting is a big thing, and that's very true. But another big thing people struggle with, right? And I'm just being, honest here, being candid. Even though I did my own market research, I'm giving y'all what I learned from other people, is consistency. We hear the C word a lot, being consistent, right? A lot of people struggle with being consistent. And when I look at business, if you are not consistent with something, with anything, you will not be successful. Look at all the big time people out here, bro. Like this let's get out of the MLM context for right now. If you look at any successful person, entrepreneur, athlete, entertainer, they are consistent with the value, the content, like they're just consistent with what they put out into the marketplace, right? So I look back in my career and I asked myself this question: was I consistent in going to the gym? Was I consistent in getting enough sleep? Was I consistent in working on skills, going to the weight room, getting stronger? Was I consistent watching film? Was I consistent? All right. Could I have done more? And I take a step back and I'm like, no, I wasn't. I was not consistent. I was not as serious in being great as I could have been. But you don't know that when you're playing. You feel me? Like you feel tired, especially being a collegiate athlete, a D1 athlete. There's a lot that is demanded of you, man. Guys, I'm sorry, my voice is going crazy right now. There is a lot that is expected of you, right? With classes, with workouts, with travel, with studying. Like there's a lot, right? But in saying that, one thing I found is that I didn't value, or you know what, I didn't know the importance of time management, of prioritizing my time to what really is important. Like, so when I first got to college, I was not even supposed to be there, y'all. Like that story, I gotta tell that story one day. It's crazy. I barely made it, right? So I had a chip on my shoulder. So like, I was consistent in trying to prove to other people that I belonged. Right? And through that consistency, I started as a freshman and was one of the top freshmen in my conference. And that next year going on to be a first team all conference player, right? But I had that hunger and desire to want to be great. But as I got older, the game got easier. But since the game got easier, I didn't treat it the same way. And despite me not going about it like I did when I first started, I was still like having good numbers. I was still first team all conference, and I was still getting NBA looks legitimately from 5 different teams, right? Why am I not, or why did I not have a chance to make it to the NBA? I got comfortable. One, but two, I was not as consistent as I should have been. I just wasn't, right? So A lot of people struggle when it comes to their MLM business simply because they're not willing to be consistent, rain, sleet, or snow, right? Your goals do not care about how you feel. Guys, again, I come from the athletic background. I will be blunt and let you know what it is. Your goals do not care how you feel. All right? The future that you want, the business that you want, the system that you want to create comes with hard work. See, like, I talk about automating my business. I talk about being able to get consistent leads using the internet, using actual marketing techniques and sales funnels, and letting the internet do the work for you in regards to prospecting and recruiting and bringing people to you. I talk about that. And it's very possible because people are doing it. Very, very possible. But the work to get there, y'all, is not, I'm not going sugarcoat it, man. Like, I'm in the process right now. It's not easy. It does take work. It does take work. But one thing that brings me comfort is that, see, like, when it comes to being consistent, which a lot of people struggle with, you probably struggle with this, right? Being consistent when it comes to your business, right? Because I'm currently working, right? I currently have a 9 to 5. No one's forcing me to do this. Feel me? No one's forcing me to to create this business and build a financial wall to protect my family now and my future family. No one's forced me to do this, right? No one's putting a gun to my head. It's like, you got to get up early. You got to, publish. You got to work on this paid prospecting product. No one's doing that to me. I have the option. I have the choice. But to me, there is no option, right? But for a lot of people, because we have that choice, we believe that we can procrastinate it. They don't take it serious. We don't take the opportunity serious, right? To where we look back 2, 3, 4 years from now and like, man, did I give it all I had? Just like I'm doing when it comes to basketball, right? Every year I do this, bro. Ever since I graduated, or you know what, I stopped playing in 2017, I look back and I'm like, could I have gone harder? Could I have been more consistent? And the answer is yes. And with that regret, I can't do nothing about it. But now I could put that energy towards my business. But it takes being consistent. But the thing is, people rely so heavily on themselves to be consistent, which is absolutely necessary. Who else are you gonna depend on? You feel me? But one thing that does give me comfort is the fact that when I'm consistent in regards to building the system needed to bring in those consistent leads, to bring in high quality and qualified leads to me, to where I can now pitch my MLM on the back end using funnels, is that the internet is consistent. The internet does not complain. The internet does not have mood swings. The internet does not get hungry. The internet does not get tired. The internet will be consistent for me. I just have to do the back end work. See, that's what gives me big comfort when it comes to automating my prospecting and recruiting system. You feel me? The internet now takes that bulk of what has been difficult for a lot of people, being consistent, especially in regards to recruiting, especially in regards to the business. That's why I'm so big on being able to use the internet, because the internet, y'all, again, does not get tired. Think about it, 24/7, 365, it is on. Since 1991, it's been on, 30 years, but we're still doing old school tactics. The internet's been here. It's 2021. Feel me? So, with that knowledge, y'all, it's like, okay, you know what? I place a lot of responsibility on myself, and I still do and always will, because at the end of the day, you're in the position you are right now because of you, of the choices you make, of the action you take or inaction. So I put that bulk on me. I look myself in the mirror even though it's hard. It can be hard sometimes because it's easy to blame other things or to have excuses. But it's hard to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm where I'm at because of me. It's tough, but it's necessary and it's true. But with that, we can put our energy towards something that is way more consistent than we are human beings. The internet has no choice but to stay on, right? I've never heard of the internet crashing. You feel me? I heard of social media crashing. I've heard of Instagram crashing, Facebook crashing. I've never heard of the internet crashing. So why not be able to put that energy and put a system in place where the internet is doing the bulk of the bulk of what's needed, right? I hope that makes sense, man. So like that's why I'm just super big, y'all, on being able to automate this business and have the internet do the work for me. So that now I can focus on tweaking my system and training the people that are coming to me, that are searching for what I have to offer, right? Because rule number one, y'all, we're not convincers, we're marketers. People come to us. We pull people towards us, not us physically, but our message, right? People are already looking for what we have to offer. We just have to craft it. We have to craft it in a way that hooks them towards us. They're already looking. But it won't always have to be me now. Once I'm done, it'll be the internet. All right. So I hope that makes sense, y'all. Like whether you're online or offline or choose to use the internet, the basis, y'all, is consistency is everything. It's everything. Going hard consistently is everything. And I wish I put that into basketball, but I can't anymore. But now I can put that towards my business. You feel me? So with that said, y'all, have a fantastic day. I appreciate every single last one of you. Again, man, if you are liking what you're hearing, go ahead, give your boy a rating and review. It'll mean the world to me, all right? Y'all stay blessed. God bless. Let's get it. See you in the next episode.